Hello, Stephen Brody Stevens. I'm your fearful leader Q, and today we're looking at r/OddlyTerrifying to find out if it's actually a terrifying subreddit. And I do just want to give a warning, there are some posts in here that are legitimately disturbing, but I'll give like individual warnings ahead of them because some of them are upsetting. So this is just pure nightmare fuel. This is allegedly a real statue outside of someone's local McDonald's. And I don't know who designed this, but they must have been on every drug in the book. There's something about the statue and then the welcome on top of the doorway behind him that just gets to me, man. I cannot look at this image for too long. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a warning before this one. There's some scary faces and some disturbing imagery, but it's really not the scary faces that freak me out so much. So this is a series of images generated by an AI given the prompt last selfie on Earth. And like the faces are scary, there's some creepy stuff going on in the background, but there's something about this like apocalyptic setting shown from the perspective of a selfie that just like weirdly humanizes the apocalypse and just makes me think of like that moment where the bombs go off or that natural disaster happens or the asteroid comes to hit, where it's just like billions of people just having these like individual stories come to an end point completely involuntarily. And I don't know, there's something about this that hits me. Let me know if you get the same feeling or if this just seems like some AI generated garbage to you. So speaking of the end of the world, this is a video of an atomic blast underwater, and I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but it was not that. And that is just the initial wave, and then this other fucking mushroom cloud comes out, and it's just like, who are these people on shore that are this close to this? Like, I'm guessing those boats were unmanned. At least I fucking hope so, because what the fuck just happened, dude? Like, god damn, this shit is just, it's unimaginable. So this is an apartment building in Johannesburg, South Africa. I think it's Johannesburg, I'm not sure. It's the tallest residential building on the African continent, and I don't know what fucking psychopath designed this thing. Like, it's incredibly stunning in theory, but actually putting people in there and putting windows on the inside so they can just see this insane, like, I don't know, it's just very visually intimidating, and I cannot imagine living there for more than a fucking week. This is a tweet. Someone says, "One of the most frightening things I've ever heard is when someone pointed out the existence of the uncanny valley implies that at some point there was an evolutionary reason to be afraid of something that looked human but wasn't." And at first, this does freak me out, you know, aliens or some sort of advanced AI robots that we created and then civilization fell or whatever in the past. But the most likely reason for this, in my mind, I don't know, let me know your own, is that we obviously evolved from other primates, and so we needed to be able to tell that other primates didn't have the same human capabilities as us, so even though they looked like us, they weren't quite. That's just my best explanation. Speaking of Uncanny Valley, here's a video of a robot with human facial expressions. So this one on me sort of had the opposite effect of that tweet, where at first I was like, okay, this is not really good looking, it clearly looks like a robot, but then I think about like what PS1 games looked like 25 years ago and what our video games look like now, and if this technology keeps developing, like in 30, 40 years, this shit could be completely indistinguishable. It could happen even faster than that. So this isn't creepy at all. This door says, "Danger, never open this door after dark. Always look before you open this door. Your life could depend on it." And like, is this from some weapons facility or some top secret location? No. This is from a fast food establishment. So how fucking dangerous is this area that you need to put a sign like this on a door that leads to the outside? Like, what the fuck? So this is apparently from Australia, and my guess is that this is just your regular sinkhole, and sinkholes are definitely terrifying on their own, but there's something about the water being immediately underneath the surface that just makes me think of like a glitch in the system, like we live in some sort of video game where the fucking grass is only actually 3 blocks deep and then it's just ocean below there because that's how it was programmed. I know that's not the case, but that's just what my mind conjures up upon seeing this. So I really want some feedback on which of these creeped you out and which of them didn't, because this one got to me, and it's just a storm drain, but it's like the complexity of this storm drain that gets to me. This is like a hallway with multiple doorways. You've got a regular tunnel, a ladder down to a doorway, another tunnel that leads to the outside, this fucking image of the thing poking into another hallway with a doorway, and then this ladder down, and there's a chair there. I'm gonna guess these guys brought this chair with them, but for all we know, there could be people living down here. Undoubtedly, the thing that freaks me out the most is how large these spaces are and how people could totally be chilling down there. Like, if this is just one sewer drain or storm drain in one town, like, what is going down beneath all of us at all times? Like, it reminds me of the beginning of the Jordan Peele movie, Us, where it's like, there are millions of miles of tunnels below the US. Most of them have no purpose whatsoever. Like, that, maybe that quote is embellished, but like, the idea is true. Like, what the fuck is going on down there? So I'm gonna need some help from you guys on theorizing what the purpose or use of this building could have been. This person says, came across this abandoned building in Vermont while hiking in the woods. There's no door and the windows have been boarded up and caged. And there's a couple more photos of the building. It's really creepy. It doesn't look like there's any road leading up to it, and there's no like electrical connections or anything. The fact that there's no door, it's like, were people getting in from underground? It connects to the sewer tunnels. Like, it's all, I don't know, man. It creeps me out a lot, and I like it a lot at the same time. Some more abandoned building core. This is allegedly a Chinese ghost city. Not that it's haunted or anything, but it totally fucking could be if it really wanted to. Apparently these buildings were drawn up and built, and then I guess maybe financial things happened or something, but they never ended up being finished or inhabited by anyone. So there's just thousands, maybe tens of thousands of rooms for people to live in that will just never move in. So the caption for this photo is, "This is Point Nemo, the spot farthest away from any land in the world. You are closer to astronauts aboard the International Space Station than humanity." And I really don't know why this image gets under my skin so deeply, because I know I would never in a million years allow myself to visit this location or be anywhere around it, but just the idea that it exists and how isolated you would be just possibly floating in the water, no idea what's below you, like absolutely a 0% chance that anyone is coming to help. Like, it freaks me out. I'll put up on a map where it is so that you can see how fucking far away it is from literally anything. So this is a Hoover Dam spillway tunnel, 50 feet wide and 600 feet deep. You can hear the water rushing down in the darkness. The walkway above gives a sense of scale. And if you look at that walkway, it's probably like 3 to 4 people wide just for like safety reasons. This shit is fucking huge. Just the idea that like someone could fall in, that just freaks me out, man. Okay, so this, I don't even know if this one's terrifying, but you be the judge. This was posted originally on r/made-me-smile, but somebody on the subreddit said that this creeped them out a lot. So check it out. This guy goes up to Ring cameras.
Just got back from the church. Heard a good one. Wanted to share it with you. Do trees poop? Do they poop? Well, of course they do. How would we get number 2 pencils? Later, Gator.
So personally, this one doesn't freak me out that much. It is kind of creepy when he gets super close to the Ring camera just because of like the fisheye lens effect. But if this video ended and like faded to black and some text came up on the screen being like, right after this was filmed, he murdered his entire family, like I would believe it. It has that sort of like creepy energy, and this dude could be the nicest guy in the world. But yeah, just saying. This video definitely requires the biggest warning out of anything I've shown in this video. This woman suffers from Alzheimer's, so if that's a really sensitive topic for you or it just freaks you out, please skip forward like a minute and a half maybe, until you don't see her on your screen anymore, because yeah, just fair warning, last warning, we're getting into the video now.
I should know her name.
Who is she?
What's your name?
She's looking at you.
I know. I can't remember her name. What's her name?
That's Betty in front of you.
Who are you talking to?
This lady here.
Betty.
I'm Betty.
Well, she's Betty too.
Oh, are you Betty too? Okay. All right. We got that settled. Wait, now I'm going to get a good night's sleep.
There you go.
Thank you.
This might sound extremely strange based on just how disturbing this video is, but it's also oddly heartwarming to me, just because you can tell throughout this entire interaction how much of an absolute sweetheart this woman is, and despite her condition, like, it doesn't seem like she's actively suffering in this moment just because she's unaware of what's actually happening. And I know that isn't like the everyday experience with Alzheimer's, but this glimpse into her life does allow us to just see how sweet she is despite what she's going through. So this one's kind of just like a fun palette cleanser. These are some chandeliers, some sort of custom job, and there is absolutely no way that these things were not inspired from those ceiling things from Half-Life 2, because those were freaky as fucking shit, dude. And so are these chandeliers, but they're also just an amazing work of art, so respect for that for sure. Okay, this has gotta be the least scary one so far, and it's got like 50,000 upvotes. I have no clue why. It says, Texas City shares photo of unidentified entity outside zoo. Like, unidentified entity that is literally just a furry, my dude. Like, they were probably on their way home to watch some fucking Beastars or some shit. So I don't know what the context of this video is. The title is just the loss of an anchor, and you see this chain going down, and then it just keeps going faster and faster until it's like absolutely out of control. So I don't know if they dropped the anchor and then the water ended up being like much deeper than what they thought it was. It's always kind of creepy when some mechanical shit gets out of control, because that's when human bodies start getting just like split up and you end up on Live Leak. But generally, this just freaks me out of the ocean even more than I already am. Like, I feel like the ocean, when you're on a boat and everything's just, like, the same all around you and you can't see any land masses, like, that's the perfect opportunity for you to, like, enter the Twilight Zone and just have everything change, and all of a sudden you thought you were a couple miles away from shore, but now you're, like, thousands of miles away in Point Nemo. I don't know. This video's kind of creepy, for sure. If you want more creepy, I've got you/how video on top, and if you want a little palette cleanser that's also slightly creepy, I've got 3 bad Minecraft creepypastas on the bottom and some lovely channel members on the left. Hope everybody's doing super well, skating on to the best of your abilities, drinking a lot of water, and I'll see you super soon. I need to hydrate. Bye, guys.